I would start endowing chairs for consciousness studies at universities around the world. And the reason is that there's me and there's about 100 colleagues like myself around the world who are doing this sort of research that have a scientific bent and training. No one's going to make a breakthrough that's going to change the taboo that prevents this from becoming mainstream if 100 people are working on it with virtually no money. So given that virtually everybody in the world is interested in these kinds of things, including scientists, why is it not in the academic world? So there's 15,000 institutions of higher learning around the world, and only 40 of them have at least one faculty member who's known for having an interest, not even an active interest, but any interest in this. What that tells us is when 99.7% of academia does not even have one person known for having an interest in a topic, there's a taboo that is preventing it from being talked about. Well, one of the ways of breaking a taboo is to reduce the charge of the taboo. And the way that this was done in the UK was that Arthur Kessler, the author, he left a bequeathment of £500,000 to a university that would endow a chair of parapsychology. So the University of Edinburgh accepted the money because they already had a faculty member who was known for this thing, and the universe did not end. So they created a chair, and the holder of that chair is named Bob Morris. And through his tenure, there were about 75 doctorates that were given. That has made the UK the world center for academic parapsychology. And it took one person in one university to figure out how to do that. That could be replicated everywhere, because one of the strategies that Bob did, which you could do in the UK, it'd be more difficult elsewhere, is he went to every single university psychology department and gave a talk. And his style was one of a very calm and non-threatening, straightforward academic, like, here's experiences that people have. We can study them. Here's some interesting results. We need to maintain skepticism, of course, but, isn't this interesting? He did that for something like 200 departments, every single one of university level in the entire UK. Later, it turned out that he changed the way that people think about this topic within the academic system, because what most people know in academia is essentially a meme, and the meme is incorrect. The meme says, oh, this stuff is just fraud and it's not real and all that, and so you can ignore it. Well, Bob was very effective in saying, no, that meme is actually not correct. There's all kinds of interesting things. So imagine a billionaire comes along and spends the $50 or $100 million to endow chairs that are devoted to this kind of study. Well, there was such a chair devoted at Harvard University about 100 years ago, which very rapidly was gobbled up by the psych department and the money went away. There was another chair at Stanford University, which after the first person who held the chair, no one ever again held that chair because the psych department siphoned away the money. So when you create an endowment, you have to be extremely clear about what the purpose of the endowment is, and you need to build in a way so that it doesn't get diluted over time. It's not easy to do that, but you can do it. And by, in one shot, creating a worldwide discipline, where if you have 50 endowed chairs, that becomes a discipline, that would mean that we now have thousands of people working on these topics, which is what you need in order to really make significant advances. So for the billionaires who are on this call, this is how I would spend your money. It's not what I personally would do. I have my own ideas about what I would do, but that's not going to advance the state of the art that much. One person can't do that much, but 1,000 can.
That's beautiful.